Let me show you what is essentially a storybook opening to the architecture of Riga. I hope you're ready for a treat, because I'm going to take you on a fascinating walk here through the old town of Riga, and we'll see some brilliant architecture in due course. But let me first tell you a little bit more about the history of Riga and of Latvia. In the early Middle Ages, Riga formed a key part of a Viking trade network, but it was only really until the 12th and the 13th century that Riga and wider Latvia were more fully integrated into the social and political institutions of Europe. The city of Riga was founded in 1201 by a German Catholic bishop. His name was Albert, and in 1282 Riga became part of the Hanseatic League. Yeah, I'm just always amazed at the amount of snow in these cold countries in Europe. In the 12th and 13th centuries, the Germans sent through a lot of missionaries at first to Christianize the population. It didn't necessarily go so well, so ultimately they had to send in the Crusaders to take a little bit more of a, shall we say, aggressive approach with the locals. But the important thing here to note is that from the 13th century until roughly the mid-16th century, Latvia, or large parts of present-day Latvia, were under German control. Yeah, beautiful day for walking your dogs here in Riga. From the mid-16th century until the early parts of the 18th century, there was a large struggle for supremacy in the area. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, Sweden, as well as Russia, all wanted to have a bit of influence in the area. So actually at one stage, Riga was the capital of Swedish Livonia and the largest city in the entire Swedish Empire. But by 1795, all parts of what is today present-day Latvia, that formed part of the Russian Empire, as was the case in Lithuania, so 1795, a key date there. And the other thing to note is that even though Latvia was part of the Russian Empire from 1795, the German landowners still maintained a lot of influence in the area. So when Latvia were looking to get independence, obviously there was the Russians to deal with, but also the Germans to deal with. But Latvia ultimately gained independence on the 18th of November 1918. Right, so that was a little bit about the history, and I mentioned the Germans as well as the struggle for supremacy in the area, where the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and the Swedes and the Russians, they all wanted their slice of a pie. But the important thing to note is that there were several rulers over Latvia's lifetime, and it's important to note, as we will look at some of the architecture in due course, or some of the monuments, which also tells more of a story of this country. Let's start our tour of the architecture of Riga, and I am here in Kungu Iela. Iela is street in Riga, and this is like a storybook opening. So imagine turning a page in a storybook and you find this beautiful, beautiful church here, St. Peter's Church here in Riga, one of the iconic architectural landmarks of a city, a key part of a city landscape for sure, and a very, very old part of Riga. These machines, they are not part of the old history of Riga, they're pretty new innovations. Yes, the iconic St. Peter's Church, and I'm not exactly sure when they started building this. I know public records go back to 1209, that's the first date I could find, but it was also constructed across various different centuries and had to be reconstructed as well at different periods. But just to give you some idea of the detail on the building here as well. Yeah, information only in Latvian, but you can see there St. Petera or St. Petera, the church. And yeah, just look at these monuments here as well, and the detail on some of the columns. It is a really impressive structure. Yeah, St. Peter's Church, a Lutheran church here in Riga, 1209. Yeah, I know they sell golden coffee here in Latvia, but I don't think these seating areas here are going to be used anytime soon. Look forward to something to eat later, but for now let's just continue our tour. And yeah, obviously lots of restaurants, lots of pubs here in the old town, and yeah, some interesting monuments as well. Is that Cupid? Oh, it's Latvia. What an interesting shop here. So if you want to fall in love or immortalize your love, come here. It looks like some supermarkets here as well. Useful to know when you're in an old town of any kind, is to know where the supermarkets are, because that will be a lot cheaper than the restaurants, that's for sure. And wow, they even got a Costa Coffee here, so something I recognize from the UK. And Costa Coffee, but with some Latvian descriptions there. So yeah, how interesting. Let me tell you more about the population of Riga and of Latvia. So Latvia has between 1.8 and 1.9 million people, and Riga has roughly 660,000 people. And as I mentioned in one of my Vilnius vlogs, there's a little bit of disagreement between the Baltic nations here about which is the biggest city, Vilnius or Riga. People in Vilnius say, of course, their capital is, and the people in Riga say, no, of course, Riga is. So if you've got any views, let me know in the comments. Right, we've arrived here at the House of the Blackheads, and in this case Blackheads does not refer to those things on your skin that you want to press out, but it refers to the Brotherhood of the Blackheads, who used this building from the mid-15th century onwards. The Brotherhood of Blackheads was a guild for unmarried merchants and ship owners, but the original building, as you can see there, anno 3034, it was at one stage the biggest public building here in Riga. And I've also read that this is the site of the first ever decorated Christmas tree. Well, maybe not exactly this one, but 1510 was here in Riga in Latvia. And there's a Santa there taking pictures with locals and tourists. And here in front of the House of the Blackheads you have an example of a Roland statue. A Roland statue is a knight with a drawn sword, and these statues are very common in northern and eastern Germany, and you also find one here in Riga in Latvia. The Roland statue was installed in 1896 as a symbolic decoration of the artesian well in the town hall square. It also says clean drinking water, but I don't think I'll have any luck here today. Yeah. Oh well. First world problems, eh? I think it's time to recreate a famous photo from 2008. Here goes. And while Santa is creating some balloon art for the tourists there, let me tell you something about this building. So something extraordinary. And you'll see there 1334 and 1999. So you see 1334 is when the building was first built. 1999 was when it was reconstructed. So this building was almost completely destroyed in the Second World War. And what wasn't destroyed in the Second World War was ultimately destroyed by the Soviets. And in 1999 there was a huge rebuilding program of this building. So the locals could donate 5 lats, which was the currency at the time, and that would buy them a brick which they could come and place here under the program I built the Blackheads house. And that is why 1999 is referenced there. An absolutely incredible initiative and project from the locals, who literally rebuilt this House of the Blackheads. Incredible. Just showing you more of the building here and some of the images depicted here. Very, very interesting piece of architecture. House of the Blackheads and some Baltic gifts. So let's go check out this gift shop. Hi. Hello. Some more clothes here. Oven gloves, some candles, and some wooden houses with a copper chimney. Hi. Hello. And something colourful as well here. And of course some Christmas goodies. And some more snowy or Christmassy stuff here as well. Shot glass is €5 and $8.90 for the double there. More Latvian souvenirs. There you go, there's an outline of Latvia and the location of Riga. Like I mentioned in one of my Vilnius vlogs, all of the Baltic countries, so Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia, are classified as high income countries by the World Bank. But they didn't always have it so well. So there was a period in the 18th century when the population drastically declined. There was a war called the Great Northern War from 1700 to 1721, where about 40% of the Latvian population perished due to plague and famine. And in 1710 to 1711, here in Riga, about 50% of the population died from plague. So that was quite significant. You would have seen on a bus journey from Vilnius to here just how much wood, how much forest there is in the Baltics. And at the beginning of the 20th century, the port of Riga was the biggest timber export port in the entire Russian Empire. And I just wonder how much wood still contributes to the economy. Obviously now Latvia has a modern economy with very nice shops. And of course something else that plays a major role in the economy of Latvia, this little stone here. There you go, Amber Queen, Baltic Amber, Amber Museum Workshop. Over here. Is that a train made entirely from amber? Wow, and it's priced at €6,752. And the ship, can't see the price just yet, but if you collect amber ships or amber trains, maybe this is the place to come to. You will pay a hefty price though. Yeah, more parts of the old town here, different colors. And I see some Latvian flags there. Those of you who followed me for a while now will know that I love a good flag story. But I honestly don't think it gets any better than the Latvian flag story. The flag was adopted formally in 1921, but it goes back approximately 700 years. You will see there are two wide bands of red. Carmine red or Latvian red. And I love it, they call it Latvian red. And then there's a thin white band in the middle. Legend has it that the leader of a local Latvian tribe was killed in battle, and his body was laid down on a sheet, a white sheet, and the sheet was wrapped around his dead body. So the part in which he laid remained white, but his blood stained the rest of the flag. During the next battle, the Latvian tribe used that sheet as their flag, and they won the battle. And ever since, it's been the flag of Latvia. Two white bands of Latvian red and a thin white band in the middle. People getting pretty festive here with balloons. And yeah, if you live in Latvia, let me know if the snow is a big issue for you. I can imagine that this could be quite a nuisance. But for people from the southern hemisphere like myself who don't really know it, this is a real treat. Yeah, just lovely to walk around here. And check this out, guys. Modern shops meet medieval town square. And lovely restaurants over there. Some beautiful colourful buildings over there as well. And Lila Guild, I think it says there, so maybe a former guild building. And a lot of Christmas decoration, so a real winter wonderland here in Riga. And the snow on the trees. I have to say, a lot more people here wear beanies or headgear than in Lithuania. I wonder why that is. Maybe they take better care of their body, or maybe the Lithuanians think they're just a little bit tougher. I don't know, I'm a bit of a softie. I'm actually wearing 2 beanies today, so I think that makes a difference. So a bit of a travel tip coming to this part of the world is make sure you are very warm here in winter, because you will absolutely encounter some very cold temperatures. And yeah, what a scene here. These buildings, and there you can see the spire of St. Peter Church. Yeah, just check out all the detail in this building. Wow. Almost looks like a castle amongst all the other buildings here. And yeah, there it says Lila Guild, so looks like it's a concert hall now. But yeah, what a magnificent building this is. I don't know if it's part of this. I think this might be a separate building, but there you can see as well solidarity with Ukraine here in Latvia as well. Oh, here's a plaque, let's see. Here we go. At the end of World War II and during the following years, many members of the Latvian national resistance movement were imprisoned, humiliated, tortured and murdered in this building. Wow. So talking about resistance and the fight for independence. So the Latvians love to sing. They're known as a singing country. And I've been told there are more than 1 million folk songs. I find that very hard to believe, because there's only like 1.8 million people. So that's one song for every 1.8 Latvians, which is incredible. The singing revolution took place in the Baltics from 1987 to 1991. Now that involved many residents of the Baltics resorting to song as a form of protest against the Soviet Union. And on the 23rd of August 1989, something extraordinary happened. Approximately 2 million people, all the way from Vilnius, going through Riga, going up to Tallinn, 2 million people held hands, and they formed one of the largest human chains ever seen. And the reason that it was the 23rd of August 1989 is that it was 50 years to the day that the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact was signed, which basically partitioned Central and Eastern Europe between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. Undoubtedly, the Baltic Way was a key event in the struggle for independence. So the Latvians love a good song, and they also love a good Christmas market with a song or two. Let's check out some of the markets here. See lots of glühwein for sale and some hot snacks. See what they got there. Something for €1. Something sweet, and some of the food there. Hello, sir.
Hello there.
What is this sweet here?
Those are mango passion fruit cheesecake with,
Okay.
I don't know how to say that in English, but with a nice cookie.
Okay, but is it Latvian or is it something
It's
from...
not Latvian, no. If you would like to see Latvian,
Yes.
there you can see this thing with inside
thing,
there are cabbage. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll try this one. Yeah, please, my
Okay.
friend. Thank you. Sorry, can you just say your name in Latvian again, please?
Pīrāgs ar one more time, please.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Pīrāgs ar štovētiem kāpostiem.
Okay. I don't know if you got it. I probably didn't, but I'm going to give it a shot for 250 it looks, yeah.
Yes.
Decent bargain here at Riga Christmas market. Guys, there you go. Piece of bread, and I think they said there's a bit of cabbage in here, so yeah, let's give it a shot. Just broke it open. And there you can see the cabbage. Almost looks like a sauerkraut. Anyway guys, here goes. Cold fermented cabbage in bread. That's not my cup of tea, I'll be honest. But at least I can say I've tried it now. So yeah. And it's also a bit of a sweet bread. So it's got a bit of a sweet sour taste. Yeah, generally not a big fan of cabbage, but yeah, at least now I can say I've tried it. Right, so that was maybe not the best decision I've made today. Certainly not the best decision for my digestive system, I think. But let's see if we can find something else and stroll around. And of course, I need to tell you a bit more about the postcard of Riga, the Riga Cathedral. But let's do that in due course. Yeah, some proper European Christmas spirit here. Now we're talking some soup and some veggies. And is that paella as well on the barbie? Tried paella before. I'm looking for something authentically Lithuanian, some authentic Lithuanian food. So maybe over here. Wow. Check some potatoes and vegetables there. And over here, some meat, veggies, sausage, some brilliant hot food. Hello sir, is video alright? I can take some.
Peas with fat, onions and meat.
Okay, let's try it. Yes, thank you very much. These are peas, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. Something traditionally Latvian.
This is meat with fat and onions.
Meat with fat and onions, excellent.
It's really good.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. So there we go, €6 for a authentic Latvian meal. There you go, grey peas with bacon. Yeah, so they're called grey peas, even though they are brown. But then there's also bacon with pieces of fat in there. These peas, obviously, particular colour, but they are relatively soft. It's a cold pea, and then with a warm bacon and fat over there. Here it goes. This is very nice. It's not warm, it's certainly the peas are cold, and then this is almost lukewarm, I'd say. So not warm at all, but lukewarm. I like this, definitely. So I don't know the history behind this dish, but I can imagine this would have been a very filling and hearty meal for peasants back in the day. So maybe it's something that they ate on the farms. This would have been a very hearty meal and a cheap meal to provide the beans and little pieces of bacon. So lots of protein and lots of good stuff from the peas, of course. It's 2023 and I'm eating it here in Latvia. They said they can actually warm it up for me here, and look, modern microwave for a medieval dish.
Yes, it surely is.
Managed to heat it up. I've lost my seat though, or my table. So I've got a new one here, so let's see the peas heated up, if it makes a difference. It's definitely warm, of course. I have to say, I don't mind it cold. It's quite nice heated up as well. But even as a cold dish, this I think is actually pretty good value for €6. But yeah, €6. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you think that's a good price. Obviously, it's a Christmas market, it's got to be a bit more expensive. But I actually quite enjoy this. Oh, that was quite nice, I quite enjoyed that. But anyway, time to show you something different. Right here next to the Christmas market. The Riga Cathedral. and arguably the postcard of Riga, if not of Latvia. It was built in 1211 by Bishop Albert, who founded Riga, and it is a Lutheran cathedral. Well, Bishop Albert was Catholic, but obviously Germany had a Reformation and many parts of Germany accepted the Reformation, became Lutheran. So it's a Lutheran cathedral today. Yeah, lots of people here on a Sunday afternoon in these Christmas markets. And quite a privilege to experience Latvia as well over this period. Look at that beautiful Christmas tree as well. And Riga Cathedral from another angle. Also the seat of the Archbishop of Riga. So what do you think of Riga, the old town? Let me know in the comments. And by the way guys, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps me out and allows me to make more free content such as this for you. Right, and I've bumped into the Three Brothers of Riga. They are the oldest complex of dwelling houses here in the city, and the Three Brothers are from very different eras as well. You've got the oldest brother here, number 17, a building that contains elements of Gothic architecture, and it dates back to the 15th century. And look at the size of the windows there, they're very small. And I wonder if that's to do with the fact that many governments used to tax buildings with bigger windows back in the day. This is the middle brother here, number 19, the Dutch mannerism building. You can see there 1646. And then you've got the youngest brother at the end there, number 21, the narrow Baroque building. The oldest brother, number 17, elements of Gothic architecture. You've got the Dutch mannerism of the middle brother, and then the Baroque features of the youngest brother, the Three Brothers of Riga. And it is getting a little bit dark here in Riga, but just opposite the Three Brothers here you have another beautiful church. And let's see if we can see more of it. You can see dating back to 1225. I'm not actually sure which building this is. St. Jacob's Cathedral, and some dachshunds enjoying a winter walk. Yeah, there's another Latvian flag, perhaps showing you a bit clearer the difference in size between the carmine red and the white strip in the middle there. So, but what a wonderful flag. And it's definitely quiet here. I wonder where everyone is. Maybe they're at the Christmas market. But I think this is part of the Castle of Riga, which is now the presidential building. Yeah, I think so. Riga Castle, only 30 meters away, so there you go. The official residence of the President of Latvia, and it dates back to 1330, so obviously back in the days a key part of the defense of Riga. Right, just giving myself a bit of orientation. So obviously we saw St. Peter's Church earlier, we saw the House of the Blackheads, we saw the dome of the Christmas markets, and obviously here with Riga Castle. So I reckon let's walk from the castle to the powder tower, and I will probably end the vlog there. I'll show you more of Riga in upcoming vlogs, so still have a lot more to see, including the Freedom Monument, maybe go to some of the streets in the other parts of the city with the Art Nouveau buildings. You can see there, Art Nouveau Quarter. But yeah, let's go to the powder tower. Yes. And just giving you an idea how thick the snow is here. So I would imagine if I didn't clean it up here, it would be quite a disaster. But how magical together with the lights of that Christmas tree and the lights here against the castle, the residence of the president. And yeah, obviously a little bit off the beaten track as well, which has its pros, I have to say. So not too many people around, and I almost feel like I've got the city to myself. Yeah, walking down Torna Iela, and I think this is a pretty important bank building, maybe the National Bank or the Central Bank. Yeah, gosh, look at the all the snow here in this street. Arsenala Iela. Well, I don't think anyone will be driving in Arsenala Iela anytime soon. And yeah, definitely off the tourist trail a bit, but yeah, I think it's still part of the old town. If not, we are only just on the outskirts. And a lot of traffic on that side, so obviously the city of Riga will extend much further in that direction over there as well. We are just here in the old town, in the touristy bit. Lots of little Christmas trees also here in this part of the old town. Da Gama. Is that a reference to Vasco da Gama? I wonder what the link is with him and Latvia, if any. And wow, look at that. Look at this little arch here. Beautiful view through there as well. And really showcasing the medieval beauty of Riga. And there we go. Latvian Architecture Award. Some entries here presumably. But yeah, you can also see another Latvian flag. So modern architecture entries next to medieval architecture. I don't know about you, but I think I prefer the medieval architecture over modern architecture. Look how lonely and deserted this cannon looks here. Almost functionless. Well, it will be functionless. You can see 17th century Riga cannon. Carriage reconstructed 2002. Yeah, there you go. Help to protect the city of Riga. And here it is, the Powder Tower. Dates back to 1330 and originally named the Sand Tower, but I think this particular tower was built in 1650, so possibly a reconstruction, but it was used to store gunpowder in the 17th century, so gunpowder powder tower. And an interesting sculpture here in front of a tower. Not exactly sure what this is. Alright guys, I think this is where I'll end this vlog as well. If you haven't done it yet, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Riga, here the old town. And in upcoming vlogs we'll explore more of this wonderful city. But for now, I just want to say again, thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, take it easy.